Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Sin's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be reviewing How to Sell a Haunted House. I love this book. I love Grady Hendrix. I think Grady Hendrix is just a phenomenal writer. They have the perfect amount of campiness, while also being really intuitive in their storytelling. I mean, this is a man who knows how to write moms and women, and I'm just like, damn dude, you do get this struggle. I think it's because he has a lot of respect for his own mother. Just from like reading the author note from the Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampire Slaying. I'm just like, damn, you get it, dude. And that's really like the struggle with this book too. He just gets it. And I say that as a mom. Like, they are perfect in their interpretation of motherhood in such a way that it connects to women. Like that struggle, like that emotional, like that whole, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my mom made, my mom made, while also making your own mistakes. Not really realizing that they're mistakes, because who's going to realize that they're making mistakes in the moment? Like, no, and of course not. It's one of those like, oh, that probably shouldn't have done that. But it's great. I will say I hate puppets. Puppets and dolls. I just don't do puppets and dolls. I don't like puppets and dolls. Okay? I don't. I really don't. So that's part of what was really chilling about this, because it's about a puppet. Pumpkin. A hand puppet that takes over the body of people who wear it. It's really, really unsettling. And I think that's another really good thing about Grady Hendrix writing, that they are campy, but they're also really, and it's like a nice amount of campiness. Like, it's campy, but you can still take the story seriously, and you can still get emotionally attached to the characters and understand that their emotional capacity and their internal struggle. Like, it's well done, you know? But also the unsettlingness of their storytelling. I mean, whew, I've noticed all of his protagonists, little girls, Southern, haunted house, and then the next book is about witches, which I haven't read yet. He does a lot of female characters, but he writes them in a way that is thoughtful and compelling and relatable. Huh. I love it. I say that as a mom and as a woman. Love it. But it's really eerie and unsettling. You're following Louise and Mark, the parents have died. They have to sell the house, right? And their cousin Mercy's just like, yeah, your house is haunted, so I'm not going to sell it. But Mark and Louise have a really tense relationship. They don't really like each other, and Louise just doesn't understand why. She's like, God, I wish I had a better relationship with my brother. And she's like struggling to be a mom to Poppy and dealing with her idiot of an ex, because he's an idiot. He's just an idiot. And she wants to, be straightforward with her kid and honest with her child. She doesn't really want to sugarcoat a whole lot, because she's like, well, my mom sugarcoated things and it didn't really help me. But it's a lot. She's struggling to be a mom, and now she's dealing with her parents' death and the fact that they left everything to Mark. And she's like, what? The thing is, the parents had two wills. So if the mom died first, everything would go to the dad, and then if he died, everything would go to Louise. If the dad died first, then everything would go to the mom, and in her case, everything would go to Mark. So, in the car accident, dad died first, and then mom followed suit on the way to the hospital, so everything went to Mark. However, all of her art went to Louise, and Louise hates her art, but she's realized, she's like, you know what, I'm going to be a pain in my ass to my brother, because he got everything, and he doesn't deserve anything, because he was a shit son to our parents, and she just doesn't understand why, because she was like the dutiful daughter. She just didn't like her mom's art, and I get why. Taxidermy, squirrels, she just, But as the story progresses, you understand why she doesn't like her mom's art, because Pumpkin was hers as well as a child. And Pumpkin was not very nice, and Pumpkin was very, very mean. Also, Pumpkin tried to kill Mark. And then Pumpkin went to Mark. And then Mark, well, he kind of went off the deep end for a while. I don't want to spoil anything. But they both discovered, like, Pumpkin has to go. Pumpkin is bad. So they need to figure out how to exorcise Pumpkin from the house so that they can sell it. It's, you know, it's fun, it's quirky, it's unsettling, it's eerie, it's relatable. When I finished reading the book, I had nightmares about puppets and dolls. My husband woke me up. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Dolls, puppets, dolls, puppets." And mind you, when I finished reading the book, I was fine. You know, I didn't think I was going to have a night. I'm 34. That just tells you how much I don't like dolls and puppets. I really don't. But it was great. It was such a fun read. I blew through it. I just love Grady Hendrix's storytelling. I love their writing style. I love their pacing. I love the character dynamics, how they build the story, how they build the dynamics, how they just build everything, and how it all just... I didn't see it coming, and I never do. And that's another thing with Hendrix. I never see it coming. The plot twist. And I'm like, wow, I wish I had seen that coming. In fact, but I don't wish I had seen that coming, because that's part of what's great with Hendrix's storytelling, that it very much just catches you off guard, but makes complete sense. You know, Hendrix just is a great storyteller. This is the third book of theirs that I've read. Of course, this is a new instant buy author for me. Instant buy, absolutely. 100%. I recommend Grady Hendrix. Well, I think Final Girl Support Group is still going to be my favorite, just because I love slashers and Final Girls so much. Like, that's my jam. The fact that the Stab movies are referenced in the book. Come on. I love the Scream franchise. I watch it every year in October. And if I don't get to see all of them, I always watch Scream 1. Always. This year, you know, with kids, it's kind of hard to watch this kind of movies with a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. So, I have to wait until the end of the night. So, I did get to watch Scream 1 and 2, thankfully. But I'm just like, Scream! I love them. I love them. They're great. And the fact that they're referencing that, phenomenal. But I digress. Hendrix is great. Their storytelling's great. I love them. Just read them. You will not regret it. Perfect amount of campiness with really thoughtful storytelling, really good rise in tension, and effortless. And it keeps you on your toes, and it's unpredictable. Come on. And very unsettling. Again, I had nightmares. Okay? I had nightmares. And when you read a horror book, don't you kind of want to have a nightmare? Don't you? Just a little bit. You want to be scared. In any case, do yourself a favor and pick it up. Thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your book loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.